And SGA President-elect Zayed also wants people to reach out to talk about the situation and continue to raise awareness.
While some are just getting started gaming on streaming platforms, many have been in the game since the beginning.
All traditional beach amenities are available except for drinking fountains. For the first time in a long time, with beaches, among other things, reopening, an end to the pandemic appears to be in sight. For Good Day DePaul, I'm Samantha Albert. And those working at these homes have noticed a dramatic improvement in resident behavior now that the temperatures are rising and more visitors are being allowed.
However, Chicago police say many carjackers are not interested in what's inside the vehicle. They just want your car. And reports of carjackings are becoming too familiar on local newscasts.
While there's much to be done to help tackle these systemic issues, becoming aware of the inequity is the first step in fixing it. For Good Day DePaul, I'm Samantha Albert.
Crime. It's a fact of life in Chicago, but one crime has been rising dramatically recently: carjacking.
Witnessing a carjacking outside my apartment.
With over 400 carjackings in the last 4 months, some at DePaul are concerned, including sophomore Timmy Carlisle.
Parking is hard to come by in the city. Sometimes you just have to park in a random gas station parking lot. The only thing you do really is just lock your car and hide your valuables.
However, Chicago police say many carjackers are not interested in what's inside the vehicle. They just want your car. And reports of carjackings are becoming too familiar on local newscasts. Of the 424 carjacking arrests that have been made so far this year, 104 of them were for vehicular hijacking. 117 were for possession of a stolen vehicle, and 175 arrests were for criminal trespass to a vehicle. It has also been reported that a good majority of the offenders for these recent crimes have been between the ages of 16 and 20 years old. And some feel COVID-19 has made the carjacking problem even worse, with many people's lives upended by the pandemic. DePaul transportation expert Professor Joseph Schwieterman says carjackings are happening everywhere.
We're seeing a surge, not only in the city, but in the suburbs, and people are talking about it. Tough thing to solve because it's got so many different determinants.
But Professor Schwieterman says there are ways to prevent carjackings.
I think, some common sense things really can help here. I mean, one is not to have your keys in your hand standing outside of your car where somebody can grab the keys, push you aside and go, but to conceal those keys, of course, to keep the car locked when you're inside.
And with warmer weather coming, the carjacking problem could even get worse, so it's even more important to be careful, to protect your car and yourself. For Good Day DePaul, I'm Samantha Albert. The conflict between Israel and the Palestinians has been going on for more than 70 years, but this past month, it intensified once again. Despite the recent ceasefire and renewed calls for a two-state solution, many are questioning whether that solution is even viable at this point. Professor Scott Hibbard, chair of the Political Science Department at DePaul, does not believe so.
I was always a supporter of the Oslo peace process. And the premise here is that you've got two populations, each with aspirations for national self-determination. And both of their visions for national self-determination are tied to Jerusalem and to this territory.
Watfeh Zayed, president-elect of DePaul Student Government, says Israeli policies toward the Palestinians are making it more difficult for a two-state solution to work.
Two-state solution doesn't mean anything if every year more land is being taken from Palestinians.
But Israeli supporters say that in the past, the Palestinians have turned down several two-state solutions. Matthew Charnay is the Jewish Life and Interfaith Outreach Coordinator for the Religious Diversity and Pastoral Care Office for the Mission of Ministry at DePaul. He wants to put politics aside from this conflict and offer a place where people of all kinds can come for support.
What I want to make sure of is that the ministry department, that the Religious Diversity and Pastoral Care Office is a place that is seen as loving and supportive of every single person at the university.
And SGA President-elect Zayed also wants people to reach out to talk about the situation and continue to raise awareness.
The most we can do right now is education. We have to keep educating.
For now, the ceasefire remains in place, but for most, there's little expectation that a long-term solution to this conflict will be found. For Good Day DePaul, I'm Samantha Albert. The beaches here in Chicago attract many locals and tourists each day. However, last summer, all beaches in Chicago were closed to promote safety amidst the pandemic. Now, after Memorial Day weekend, the beaches are back, and so are its visitors.
I'm here with my friends right now. We decided to, since it's really sunny out and Memorial Day weekend, we're like, let's just go to the beach. We had some food and just hanging out. I feel very safe as well. People who can wear their masks if they want, but also if you're fully vaccinated and feel comfortable, you don't have to. So yes, glad the beach is open.
It's really nice to see people get outside, take our masks off, just smile at everyone that we see. And it's nice because I can tell people are starting to get comfortable with being outside and being around other people again. It's a really nice feeling.
Even employees at the beach, like Sammy, who serves hot dogs from Cafe Oliva Concessions at Ohio Street Beach, is happy to be back.
Business has been really good. Finally back out. It's great to be out. It's just great to be out. Great weather. It's a little cold right now, but it'll warm up and be great. So I'm excited the beaches are open.
All traditional beach amenities are available except for drinking fountains. For the first time in a long time, with beaches, among other things, reopening, an end to the pandemic appears to be in sight. For Good Day DePaul, I'm Samantha Albert.
In the United States, college graduations are typically held in May. But at DePaul, a university that starts and ends classes later than many schools due to its quarter system, graduation does not take place until June. As many colleges across the country have already found ways to allow for a socially distanced in-person graduation, many seniors at DePaul, like Kobe Broomfield, are wondering why the university has not tried to do more.
It's going to be a really different, just doing it online. It's just going to be pretty depressing.
DePaul student Mahara Sheikh also noted how different and depressing the virtual graduation experience will feel.
If they're having activities on the quad and whatever, I think that they could put something forward for the graduating students, especially because, a lot of us don't want to just look at a slideshow and say, okay, we graduated.
Many students, even at other universities, are aware that this type of graduation experience is not ideal. Seniors at Columbia College here in Chicago went as far as organizing their own event and invited students from other colleges to attend. Nathan Branch was one of the organizers of this event.
I proposed, well, why don't we apply everything that we're learning, right? We're PR, communications, all the classes we've been doing. Why don't we create an initiative?
Though the Columbia College students originally hoped to have their graduation event at Soldier Field, they did not get enough students to sign up for that, so they ended up holding it at a smaller venue, the rooftop of Lowe's Hotel downtown. Meanwhile, on DePaul Download, the university's podcast, Provost Salma Ghanem said the university tried their best when it came to planning an in-person commencement.
I really want the class of 2021 to know that the commencement planning team considered every possible option when it came to this year's commencement.
Still, many graduating seniors are unhappy. After enduring more than a year of online schooling, they were hoping for a more memorable ending to their time at DePaul. For Good Day DePaul, I'm Samantha Albert.
I don't know why I have so many crises.
Today, live streaming is one of the most popular forms of online entertainment. Platforms like Twitch, YouTube, and Mixer allow creators to go live and share it with their viewers. Gamers are among the most viewed creators on Twitch, and new creators are trying to get in on the action. 24-year-old Dylan Geig started his Twitch for gaming a few months ago.
I'm a Twitch streamer. I've been streaming for a couple months now. I started streaming because I just wanted to create a community, honestly, where they feel safe and comfortable and welcome.
While some are just getting started gaming on streaming platforms, many have been in the game since the beginning. 22-year-old Jaleel McLean has been gaming his whole life and started streaming as soon as he could and knew how.
I've been gaming for a very, very long time, literally since my toddler age years. What I love about it is gaming was like therapy for me. And the reason I love the gaming community and being a part of the gaming community is because it's so supportive. You have amazing people there that also has the same interests that you have.
Okay, let's do this. We need to find a truck.
My advice for you know, people or youth, whatever, that are starting, that want to start gaming, or streaming, you have to first mentally prepare yourself for the feedback that may come with it. Be yourself. You don't try to be anybody else but yourself. Do what you are most comfortable with doing.
Streaming platforms will only continue to grow, and so will the opportunities for content creators. For Good Day to Paul, I'm Samantha Albert.